What is the Spartanburg Academic Movement? We focus on supporting our county across Spartanburg from the time a child is born through their college and career aspirations.
We began the Center for Resilient Schools and Communities to bring a deeper awareness to educators around all of the issues that children bring into a classroom from their experiences at home and the communities. It affects their behavior, their capacity to focus, regulate their emotions, and feel safe. They experience harsher or more punitive punishments, and the bar is held lower for them. We have two simple goals of our Level 1 training. First is to simply change mindsets. When we know better, when we have better understanding of why children do what we do, then we can respond more effectively. And so the second part of the training is to help understand trauma-sensitive responses and help children be able to navigate some of the difficulty that they're experiencing.
Unconscious bias are the shortcuts that we rely on in our lives as we make decisions around us.
So the unconscious bias training is for anyone who is trying to work on how they're interacting with students in their classroom, how they're disciplining, how they're teaching, so that they can be aware of the factors that are impacting their ability to have the effect that they want.
Ultimately, this is a training of examination, examining ourselves, examining the ones around us, and making sound decisions so that we can show up as our best selves in our classroom.
So Level 2 training holds the assumption that you understand the impact of trauma.
We go right into the importance of resilience and coping skills, and then really get some hands-on practice into what practices and what exercises you can use in your classroom and everyday setting to really build that resilience.
What this training, I think, has done for us more than anything else is it's given us tools that we can then give to the children to help them now deal with the trauma in a better way. We have them for the hours that we have them, but at the end of those hours, they go back to that environment, back to that community, back to that home. If we don't realize what the impact is of that on those children, we will find ourselves every day starting over from square one.
Really am a firm believer that the entire school needs to be trained as a unit, because that way they build that teamwork, they learn how to support one another. It sets that foundation for them to work together, as well as the understanding of what our children need.
I know it's going to be beneficial in my classroom. It helps me to be more empathetic, sympathetic, and know that I have some resources that I can rely on to help me in my classroom.
So I think today was an opportunity, starting at our top with our leadership, to have an opportunity to learn some of the signs, some of the trigger warnings, but also how can we assist our students and make sure that we're offering the proper training and opportunities for our teachers so they can be there as a safety net for our students as well.
I wish I'd have had this training at the beginning of my career. It gives us a common language, common terms to use as we discuss the needs of students, the ways we can serve them and their families.
When we think about the ACES training, the Resilient Schools training, I think no one said it best than Frederick Douglass. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Those of us who have the pleasure and the opportunity to serve in K-12 have a responsibility to build strong children so that society does not have to repair broken men.
My hope is, as we continue to learn about this, as we continue to build processes and ways to help our children, that we're going to see a culture, not just with our schools, but in our community, where our children are safe and they also are starting to understand how to build that resilience within themselves.
I think we'll know we've been successful when our educators feel supported and effective, when our schools are safe and nurturing, and our responses to children's behavior are restorative and able to help them stay on track when we have the tools we need to help our children manage some of the difficult life experiences that they have.